There we go. Now we should have the microphone. I'm realizing I don't have a lipstick on yet. Per usual, I'm running a little behind trying to get here, but we are here. We did make it. What time did we make it? We made it 10 minutes after noon, which is honestly a record so far. One day we will be on time. I gotta pick a lip though. I was gonna do a deep red. Now I'm wondering if I wanna do a nude. I always do a nude, and that's kind of like my dilemma right now is do I switch it up for a burgundy, which I think fits the vibe, or do I do my typical nude? I just love a nude. I don't know what it is. I just love a nude lip. I think I'm going to do a nude lip. I think I'm just going to do what I know best and do my nude lip. Let me grab it real quick. Is it? Okay, one second. Huh. Let me see. Go over to settings, system. One second. Let me see what's going on here. I'm going to tune into my own stream so I can hear what's going on and see if maybe I can figure out what's happening here. It sounds okay to me. Let me see if maybe. I just have you here on a different screen so I can kind of. Yeah, my monitoring is going fine. Maybe I just need to have it closer to me. All right. Let me know. Is this okay? Okay. I just want this to sound fine because, for once I did actually plan a topic for this stream instead of just going off the top of my dome. It's been going fine. I just feel like we could maybe rein it in a little bit, have a topic. Yeah, you can do that. Go ahead. I'll check my Instagram in a second. Because worst comes to worst, I have to get tech support in here, which I'm sure he won't mind doing that. But it could be so much better with the lip on. I just came on here, I was like, why does my face look weird? And it's because I forgot lipstick. There we go. All right. I'm going to check my... I assume you're sending it to me on Instagram, so... Awesome. Thank you. I'm going to check out what you just sent me. Oh. Huh. I don't know why that specifically would be happening unless... Let me see. I don't know what that means. I'm going through my settings right now to see if there's anything that I can do there. It's difficult because on my end, it looks fine. And then also when I open up Twitch, at least. Oh, I wonder if... Hold up. Let me open up YouTube. I wonder if it's a YouTube specific thing. Because when I open up Twitch, it seems like it's fine. But maybe it's something not going right with YouTube. Am I still live? Where am I? How do I find my own video on live? How do I find my own live on... There we go. Just wanted to put a message in my own chat for once, you know. It might actually be on your... Hold on, I'm watching, and I'm talking a lot to see if it's me. So I am rambling on purpose. It seems like this is also very trippy because I'm listening to myself talk while I talk. Yeah, okay. I think it's on your end. Sorry. I'm also still reeling from watching myself. I don't know what's going on then, because it's fine on Twitch and it's also fine on YouTube on my end. If anybody else is watching, please tell me if the audio is cutting out for you. And then I can see I have a straggly hair. And then maybe I can get somebody to come look at it for me real quick, because obviously I only know this much about what I'm doing. Or if you want me to, I can close the stream and then come right back and see if maybe that helps. I just don't really know what else I can do. I have this mirror here. I think I'm good. I think our face is locked in. Okay. I'll be here. We definitely need Nightwolf in the chat because when I think of style and personal style specifically, which is what we'll be talking about, I think of her. She definitely is amazing at executing, owning her own personal style. So I need her in the chat. I need her here. I need her to be able to hear me so that we can partake in this conversation together. And this is a conversation, so please, feel free to jump in at any point. I have my little notes here as well, so that hopefully, I can get a little scatterbrained. I can jump from topic to topic, and that's fine. That's great. I just also want to make sure that you're getting something out of this too. So I got a couple of bullet points written down this time. We are organized this time. It's like my own little television show right now. So I do still have to figure out how to get royalty-free music or some sort of music in the background so that maybe this sounds a little bit more pleasant for you. Obviously, I'm listening to my music while I do this because I need a little background something or else I'll get super nervous. If I'm being honest. I will be too nervous to do this if I don't have something mildly distracting happening for me. But I would like for you to be a part of the ambiance, be a part of the vibe. So I do have to figure out how to get music. Oh, my nails. I brought my pink birthday nails back because I hated the black. I am typically a black nail girly. Obviously, I love wearing black. I love being a little spooky, a little creepy with it, but I've become such a pink girl. And I love these nails so freaking much. I needed them to come back. So I am back. They are little press-ons. They just remind me of Barbie. I don't know. They make me so happy. So I'm glad that they're back. And I got myself a new pair of Pleaser heels. And they're supposed to match these as well. So I can't wait to take like matchy pink photos with them. I'm so excited. Once I get confirmation that Nightwolf is back, we will super dive into the personal style. Why you have no personal style and why your personal style sucks and how you can make it suck less. Oh, you know what I can do real quick while we wait on her is I can let everybody know I'm live. I do know she said the last time she was in the chat with us, she didn't know that we were live unless I posted it on my Instagram stories because apparently there's an alert. First off, didn't know that. Then an alert went out and told everybody, hey, she's live. Anjali is live. I didn't know that happened. Okay. First and foremost. But then it didn't happen for her when I went live. Whenever the last time I went live was. So I'm going to actually make it a habit for me to tell people that I am live. So let me do that real quick. Just post a little selfie. Saying I'm live. And even though I've started to tell people now, I've started to tell people that I am live at noon-ish. Noon-ish, okay? I'm going to take another photo. I should just start taking it in my actual camera roll, and then I can use it for everything instead of having to take 300 separate photos. Crazy. Okay. Okay. We gotta let Threads know that we are live. Aw. My baby brother called me a couple days ago now to tell me that he loved me, and it was the sweetest thing. Because we're not like a super close, touchy-feely family like that. And I almost threaded about it, I guess we would say. Told the world about it because I was just like, oh, my baby brother loves me. I love being a big sister. Even though those kids deserve to be knocked out every once in a while. I'm live talking personal style. Why your son? And how you could get some. Alright, and then we're gonna post to the TikTok. And I already told them what I'd be talking about, so I'm just gonna tell them I'm live. Much easier to do that. Alright. Yay! We got Nightwolf back. Does everything sound good for you? My fingers are crossed. All right? Because I told the chat, I told people, we have to wait until you come back because obviously you're an integral part of this conversation. Because when I think personal style and I think of somebody who owns their personal style, I think Nightwolf. I think about you. All right? So I needed you here. I need you to be part of this conversation. So I'm hoping you can hear me now and that this isn't cutting out. I'm really hoping. I'm really hoping. Oh, oh, awesome. Good. I can tell I rushed to put these lashes on because are they uncomfortable? Yes, most definitely. And I don't typically have lash problems like that. But it's a little uncomfy under there. All right. I'm not quite sure exactly how I want to jump into these topics. I just knew that I love the streams, but sometimes I can tell that I don't know what I'm doing when I get on here and I'm just talking just to talk. And I would love to talk about actual things, but then I get nervous and I come on here and then the chat ends up getting overrun by people just talking about whatever they want. They start saying things and I keep going, what is going on here? What are we talking about? How did we get here? Why are we here? And I realize it's because I don't at least have a blueprint. It's fine if we veer off. We talk about different things. I don't mind that. But we need a guideline. We need to rein it in a little bit to make sure that things don't get too crazy over here. So I thought that we would start this off with something that this week, I can tell I'm going to be, well, my period is starting this week, so we'll see. But this week, I do feel like it's going to be a very fashion heavy week for me because I'm just feeling like dressing up. I'm feeling like expressing myself in that way. That makes me happy. And so, what was I saying? See, this is why I need a blueprint. This is why I need a guideline. Get distracted. But yeah, I just feel like we needed a blueprint so that we can rein things in. Felt like the greatest way to start off, because I am feeling very much in a fashiony mood, is to talk about personal style, because I had so much fun with the Golden Hippie. The last time we were in the chat, we talked a little bit about this, and honestly, I wish that you were there for most of that conversation because it was a pretty good conversation. And for sure, you would have had things to say about that too. That's why yesterday I brought it up in the stories about alternative brands and paying attention to whether or not they are just showing black people now, if they show black people all year round, or if they don't show black people at all. That conversation in my stories was inspired by the last time I was in the chat. So I guess we're gonna just get into it because I do not have a segue yet. One day I will have segues. One day we will be at that point, but I do not have one today. Why are you having a hard time finding your personal style, babe? Because yours sucks. No, I don't want to say that, but I feel like we're in a personal style. Yeah, you did leave. Yeah, actually, you did already leave that day. Yeah. But you know what I am gonna do? Something that I've never done before, but I think I am going to. Oh shoot, how do I do this? I know I've done this before. I know I've done this before. Oh, full screen nope, that's not what I wanted. Ooh, girl. That's not what I wanted either. All right. Well, I don't know how to do what I was going to do. So that's fine. I wanted to watch the stream through your eyes because I know I have my text on a delay and I want to be able to respond to text as it comes through as opposed to me because I see your text before it arrives on the screen. So I want to answer text that way. I'll figure that out at a different point. All that to say, I've noticed that we are in a personal style pandemic, epidemic, all right? I've noticed that the girlies are just, they want all the answers. They want to know exactly how to wear all the things, and nobody wants to play dress up anymore. Nobody wants to do anything, do any of the work that having personal style requires you to do. How do I get my girl? Turn this bot off. Because it just be talking. And I don't need this bot to talk. Alright, well, I don't know how to do that either. Okay. Well, it is what it is. Anyway. So, I was thinking about this because obviously I want to do things, more fashion stuff online. But one of the things I've noticed is that people will get very, very upset if they ask you where you got something and you either A, have no idea, B, you thrifted it, so maybe it's something that's older or something that they can't readily have access to, and then they get so upset about it because they need to have that exact piece so that they can copy your exact outfit. Because people they don't want like the idea of a look. They don't want inspiration. They want to photocopy everything. And I think that kind of defeats the purpose. Personal style. I think that kind of defeats the purpose of following fashion influencers. I think that kind of defeats I think that gets rid of the fun of style. The idea that you have to copy exactly everything. So, because I have this dress that I have, do I have it in here? No. I have this dress that I have to style for a brand. Super excited about it. Great. But one of the reasons why I have a problem sometimes with styling things for brands is because some of the pieces that I get from brands they're very what is the word they're very signature pieces, right? So like this, in my eyes, is kind of a blank canvas. It's a blank slate. So like it's a great piece for like you can layer on top of it, you can layer underneath it, you can do all sorts of things with it because it's a blank piece. But a lot of brands send me things that have like motifs, you know, like a applique on the front and center, and it makes it a little bit less versatile in my wardrobe. It's not to say it's good or bad, it just makes it a little bit less versatile in my wardrobe. But I've realized something that's important to me and my personal style is the versatility of it. I need to be able to play with my pieces because that is an important part of my own personal style. It is a little bit harder to have that style here in Arkansas when it's freaking still 90 degrees right now, but it is a very important aspect for me and my personal style. And I'm thinking to myself, like, when I go to make this post and I'm going to go show off this piece, I could do it the easy way, which is not the way that I would wear it anyway, but I could just throw this dress on because the dress in and of itself stands on its own. Because, like I said, it has its own little motif on the front. Or I can attempt to style it the way that I would style it, even if the dress in and of itself is not something I would personally own. And I'm thinking very deeply about this because that's what I do. I am a Virgo. I'm thinking very, very deeply about this. And it's really making me wonder, like, what really is considered my personal style? What really is considered like my aesthetic, my core, my niche? When I go to post this, what are the words that I'm going to use underneath it? And I've mentioned this before. I have a very hard time with labels like that because, and I think that's part of the reason why personal style is so hard for us to get involved with, get deep into, get willing to play with, because we are so focused on an aesthetic, a niche, a core. I am losing my train of thought. Thinking and talking at the same time, very, very difficult. This is why YouTube videos, we got jump cuts, okay? But I think that when we forget, when we're focusing on niches, cores, and aesthetics, I think we forget that personal style is about you. It's not about whether you're gothic enough, whether you're alternative enough, whether you're pinup enough, whether you're vintage enough, whether you're this or that. The personal style is you. So, like, my personal style is Anjali. And there are words that I can use to kind of describe that, but I don't think I would use words like alternative, gothic. I think other people would because it's the easiest way, but I would use words more like romantic, theatrical, because my style is very romantic. My style is very theatrical. My style is also inspired by vintage things, but vintage in and of itself doesn't necessarily mean 1950s. It just means there is an element of oldness to my look, classicness maybe, to my look. But those are also words that I would use to describe myself, because personal style is just an extension of you. That's it. That's it. And so I think part of the reason why people are having a hard time, I wrote 3 reasons why people are having a hard time finding their own personal style. I think people have a fear of the wrong answer. And so they're relying on answers via like typing systems such as like the Kibbe system or the color season system. And these systems have always existed. I'm not saying this is new or old or anything, but I think in this time where we're constantly being filmed and we're constantly being watched and we're constantly being, there's a threat of being projected to lots and lots of people, people have a fear of being caught slipping. People have a fear of the wrong answer. I've also wrote that people have a lack of curiosity and a lack of play because so much of fashion is just trying things on over and over and over and over and over again. And sometimes it's bad and sometimes it's good. But you have to be curious enough to go, I wonder what happened if I put this together and this together. And, you know, it may look bad, but also it may look good. You just have to be curious enough to try it out. And then, like I said, the last thing that I mentioned is niches, aesthetics, and cores are holding us back. Instead of people, once again, thinking about personal style being about you. You're the essence. You're the heart of everything that is happening here. So I guess I'll just kind of start with going off point by point. And then obviously I have, the how to fix it section, but I don't think we're there yet. I think we could expand more on the conversation of why this is so difficult. But this fear of the wrong answer, this fear, now, I will say, I think part of it is being the firstborn daughter. I don't have like an internet fear of like a wrong answer because I didn't grow up with the internet all around me, judging my every move from like a critically young age. Okay, so I don't have that exact fear, but I do have, a fear of always being wrong that kind of exists as like a layer in my life that I can sort of relate to this ever perceived omnipresent I that maybe the youth is feeling. Because I also think personal style is harder for younger people to come into than it is for older people because we also, like I said, we had time to kind of develop it. We had time to figure things out before we were forced to, not forced, but before we came online, Even by the time I was showing off my style online, I think at that point my style was pretty not concrete. Obviously, my style has grown and changed with me as I've gotten older. But the core elements of my style being that it was romantic, being honestly that it was rather theatric, being that it was vintage, all those elements of my style were already pretty cemented into me at some point early on. So, but that fear of being wrong, and I think a lot of people can relate to that. There's a fear that like, oh, I don't want to mess up. I don't want somebody to look at me and think, what is she doing? Like, why is she doing that? And I do think while we live in a world where you can post your outfit online and people could say, babe, unsolicited, okay, mind you, you can be feeling great about yourself and somebody can go, hey, I don't know if anybody told you this, but you should be doing your eyebrows much thinner. You should shave your eyebrows and do them much thinner. Or you would look better with brown hair over blonde hair. Like people will unsolicited give their opinion on people's looks, saying they'll even come for your body and be like, you would look really great if you would stop wearing these dresses because they really emphasize your fupa or whatever. Unsolicited. They will say something. And I totally understand wanting to avoid that 120%. I think at some point to have real personal style, you just kind of have to say, fuck it. I think you do kind of have to just say, fuck everyone. Like I'll tone down the cursing. I won't curse as much, but I do think it comes down to that because you have to let yourself be wrong. You have to let yourself put something on that feels uncomfortable. You have to let yourself do something that feels a little ugly. There are so many outfits, so many pictures of outfits that I posted online. And I've been like, I'll look back at them and be like, now why did I post that? That's ugly. That's terrible. That is a bad outfit. And I probably wore that outfit once. And then never again. Never again. It is absolutely bonkers the way that we are in a time where you could just simply want to share, but people will, instead of just wanting to join in the sharing, the camaraderie of it all, joining in the fun of what fashion and beauty is supposed to be, they would rather critique it and bring it down. Because that kills personal style. That's why all of us look the same. That's why clean beauty, because everybody wants makeup to be fun again. Clean beauty is thriving because y'all won't let people be ugly. Like, you won't, and I don't say ugly derogatorily. I just say you won't let people experiment. You won't let people have fun. You're wondering why everybody's getting lip injections. Everybody is getting, this is not a critique on plastic surgery, by the way. Do what you need to do to feel good, fun, hot, sexy, ugly, if that's your goal either. I don't care. It's not a critique on that. But if you're wondering why, you go and watch a period piece that's made recently and you're like, this girl has iPhone face, it's because we're in a time where everybody is just constantly critiquing everybody. So now nobody can have fun. Nobody can experiment. Nobody can take a risk. Nobody can be... People were coming for, what's her name? What's that little Wednesday Addams girl's name? I can't think. I got the last name Ortega. First name evades me. What is her name? What is her name? I don't know. She ain't got no eyebrows, or maybe she bleached them for her press tour or whatever. And people are coming for her, which, first off, girl, she got money, all right? They could put them eyebrows back on her, all right? She was just doing a little something new for whatever reason. She felt like it. Maybe it's the whimsy of it all. Maybe it's, she was told she had to. I don't know, but it's hair. It can be re-dyed to something else. She could go pink tomorrow if she really wanted to. But people would rather critique her and tell her that it looks bad. Not her, I guess, but people would rather online speculate about how bad this looks as opposed to just accepting the fact that maybe she doesn't care about looking good. Maybe she cares about channeling a different energy. Maybe she cares about looking spooky because she's doing this Wednesday Addams tour. Maybe she cares about looking avant-garde because maybe that plays a little bit more into her character. I've never watched the Addams Family or whatever, so I honestly can't tell you what the vibe of that show is. Jenna Ortega, thank you. But people were coming for her and her look, and it never made sense to me because I was like, she's not supposed to look sweet and clean and pink and all of that. She's promoting a show that's darker in theme. She's supposed to be a little avant-garde. She's supposed to be alternative. It's very strange to expect a clean girl aesthetic out of that. But her whole thing has been, for at least for majority, because she's still very young too, but for majority of what I would consider maybe her young adult career, her whole thing has been being a little bit offbeat, a little bit avant-garde is really the best word I can think of for her. That's been her whole thing. Why are you expecting clean girl beauty out of that? And it's fine. Everybody has their opinion. People would probably think I would look better if I had dark brows, okay? It did not turn into an eyebrow thing, I promise. But people would probably, I kind of forgot my eyebrows look like this, but people would probably think I would look better if I had my eyebrows back. But I don't care about looking better. That's not the point of my look. My look isn't to look universally appealing. My look is theatrical. That's my thing. That's a core aspect of my personality, which makes it a core aspect of my style. It wouldn't make sense for me to necessarily look clean and blank slated unless I was doing something specifically that required that, So I feel like that I'm trying to think how it all ties back to the wrong answer. Yes. So when we're constantly critiquing people, it makes people scared to branch out. It makes people scared to try new things on, try new things out. It makes us scared because we're like, what are they going to say about me though? Like, I do sometimes have thoughts where I'm like, should I put the eyebrows back on? I would probably have a little bit more universal appeal if I put the eyebrows back on. But I don't like that. And when I'm doing my makeup, I'm always so great. At this point, honestly, when I'm doing my makeup, I'm like, I should take more of my eyebrow off. I honestly should shave part of it off because they're almost starting to get in the way of what I'm trying to achieve in my look. And that's a risk. That is a risk that some people might not like. That is me trying something and could be wrong. Could be wrong via my perception. Because I could try it and then, eyebrow hairs. Try growing those things back in. It's gonna be... But I think it also ties back, like I said earlier, about the lack of play, the lack of curiosity. I think that we are such a plugged in, you can quickly type in a question, and I mean, now we have AI, and it's so quick to answer it. I see so many times where people are like, yeah, I plugged this into AI or whatever, chat GPT. I feel like I'm freaking 80 years old trying to talk about this. But I plugged something into there, and they told me my color season is this. And I'm like, that's so crazy, because why don't you just wear the colors that make you happy? Why don't you? They're like, I really hate it. I really hate that that's actually what gets me the nose. They're like, Ugh, it sucks so much because I love to wear dark colors, but my color season apparently tells me I should be wearing pastels. Then wear black. Wear burgundy. It's not the law. It's not law. Um, I'm confused. I am actually confused because you could just do what you want to do. Nobody is forcing you to do this. Oh, because Chat GPT apparently knows all. That's where you're gonna get all your advice from instead of just doing what feels good for you. I, for a very long time, felt like pink is really what I'm going to talk about right now, is the fact that I love pink. And I went back and forth about this pink thing because I was like, you know what? I feel like because of the vampire thing, I have to do everything in red and black and deep and brooding. But there is a part of me that's just girly, bubblegummy, fun, giggly, youthful. There's a grown woman aspect of me that definitely caters to the vampire side, but there's also just a girlish side to me, a youthful side to me that loves pink. And I'm not saying pink is a kid color or that, grown women can't wear pink, but, colors do have kind of associated vibes with each other. And when I'm wearing burgundy, when I'm feeling red, I do feel like I'm portraying an aspect of grownness that maybe I would not attribute a Barbie pink to, which all comes through personal style. It is important for you to know how these colors make you feel. Like, yellow would make me feel very self-conscious. I'm not saying yellow looks bad on me, but yellow would make me feel very self-conscious to wear. Why? Because yellow is not my kind of color. It's not a color that makes me feel happy when I wear it. It's not a color that makes me feel good. It's not a color that I relate to. I love it on other people. It's just not for me. But I'm sure somewhere in the color season theories and all of that, it would say this girl should probably wear yellow because everybody loves to see a black woman in yellow. Nothing wrong with that, just not for me. So should I abandon what feels good and what feels fun for me to just do what I should do? No. I want to play. I love late at night. And when I say late at night, I mean literally at like midnight, midnight, 1 o'clock. I will play dress up. I will play dress up in my closet. Because there's nothing more fun than the cloak of the night and being a girl and just trying on your shoes in your closet. Or trying on dresses and then pairing them. I have a wall of wigs, so I'll just throw a random wig on because I'm not gonna be trying on a look and then not have matching hair. Okay? But I will throw on a wig and then I'll throw in whatever I want to throw on and then a pair of shoes and try on different styles. And it's low pressure because I don't have anywhere to be at 1 a.m. Okay? Stop playing dress up right before an event. That's a terrible freaking idea. Do not do that to yourself. You will only hurt your feelings. But also, it's fun. When did we stop playing dress up? I remember being a kid and like not often. My mom did not play like that. But but every once in a while, my mom would hand me something of hers and then I would run to my closet and then I would try to make an outfit for it. Very like what not to wear inspired. I would be like, if I'm going to wear this flowy top, I should wear like a nice legging or something and then a boot with it, which is very, I feel like, of the time. But my mom has a very hippie-ish style. And I do still have pieces of her wardrobe in my closet because I can translate them into my style. Let me open up my Pinterest because I feel like this is a great example of like, how do I get out a full freaking... There we go. I was in full screen mode. And I want to show my Pinterest off. Just so I can give you a general idea of like you're going to see styles in there that aren't necessarily mine, but there is something that I like about these outfits. So I save it to my Pinterest board, and then I know that I can adapt it for me. So this is my Pinterest board. Welcome. Let's find an outfit. Okay, like this. I think this is such a cute outfit. Would I wear it? Absolutely not. Because I know for me, this is almost too cutesy, too... Is whimsical the right word? I don't know. But it's too cutesy for me. But I do love the general idea of it, which means that if I want to adapt it for me and my style, I'll probably take this leopard top and replace it with something a little bit more form-fitting and still leopard, because I love leopard. And then I could still get away with wearing, because I love a mixing of textures, I could still get away with wearing this like leather skirt. I don't know that I would wear a tight quite this bright, but maybe I could do a black or a burgundy. And then, honestly, I wouldn't do those, but I would do a proper high-heeled Mary Jane. And then that would be taking this outfit, doing something inspired by, and making it for myself. And just because I did my outfit this particular way does not mean that everybody's going to do their outfit the way that I did it. And that's why I'm able to look at influencers that I follow and go, I like something about this outfit. How can I make this outfit mine? Because that's inspiration versus copying. I don't need everything this woman owns. I don't need the whole outfit. I don't need to go out, run out and buy new pieces to create an outfit that looks like that. I just need to take what she has and then translate it into my own closet. Let me find another look. I love this as well. And I will probably wear this outfit just with a darker boot, because I, number one, don't own boots like that. But number two, I would never wear a colored boot like that. I just wouldn't. Would I wear a red boot though? Yeah, probably a burgundy boot, or a black boot. I have cowboy boots that I'd probably wear like that. I thought this was fun too, but the same idea. Well, actually, I do love the legs, so maybe I would wear this just as it is. But because I don't have this dress, I'd probably just have a short petticoat. I'd probably wear the short petticoat as a top. The short petticoat as a top, maybe I would buy a second petticoat to layer on underneath. And then I could put a brooch right in the middle. And it would give the same idea without me having to go and spend however much it costs to get something like that. Let me see what else I have on here. I'll be honest with you, I think I only have this on here because it's cheetah print or leopard print. I think that's the only reason why I have this on here. It is very, very cool though. I'd probably wear this with like a black top, black t-shirt. But this is like back when you'd have a magazine. You can get magazines, by the way. I've a Kindle, not in here, but if you have Kindle Unlimited, you can get subscription to magazines are included in that. And so oftentimes I'll also just flip through magazines on my iPad and look at outfits. And obviously I'm not going to buy a $3,000 piece, okay? But I could probably find things in my closet that I can pin, do whatever I need to do to kind of create the illusion of some of my favorite like high fashion looks. It is one of my favorite things to do. Plus, it's just a challenge, okay? And play is a big aspect about fashion. This is a very me look, for sure. In fact, I don't think I have anything in my closet like it right now, but I probably did at one point. I probably did at one point in my closet have something just like that. It keeps bringing back up to the top. But even looking at my board, so I mentioned before that when I would describe my style, I wouldn't use words that are like aesthetic, core, niche. But there's some romantic aspects to this, very theatrical aspects to this. My style is quite deep in tone, rich in tone. There are edginesses to it, but I think that comes from my love of mixing textures and fabrics. Because obviously I do love a tulle moment. I love a velvet moment. I love a leather moment. Because I don't get personally overstimulated. I have a corset on right now. I don't get overstimulated by things that are of different textures or textures that might be considered uncomfortable for other people. And comfort really isn't a big facet to me. At one point, comfort was important because it was COVID. And even a little post-COVID, I was like, comfort is an important part of my style. And I would use it as a defining factor of my style. Because also sometimes fashion just changes for the era that you're in your life. But now, I don't think comfort is that important to me. If I'm getting dressed up, I'm not considering the comfort of a garment. That's just, I would much rather give theatrical than care about the comfort, personally. Let me see, let me go back to just me. I'm getting a little hot. Where's my fan? We gotta have a fan down here. Oh, I'm gonna turn this fan on real quick. Give me 1 second. Oh, that's gonna help. I am kind of curious. Do you follow, like, I guess, do people actually go online, like go on Instagram and go, I saw this influencer wearing this exact outfit in like a reel, specifically reels, because I feel like the idea that you would watch a reel, unless maybe you're screenshotting the outfit. Maybe you're screenshotting the outfit and then you're saving it. But how are you really not getting inspiration? But I mean, how are you copying an outfit via a reel? Because I just feel like they move so fast. I couldn't imagine actually getting inspiration in that way. I'm trying to think if there's anybody I follow who post reels and I'm like, yeah, that outfit I absolutely need. And then I remember. That's really the core piece here. I feel like on social media, everything moves so fast. I would not remember that I saw somebody wear something. Yeah, so I guess, are there people that you actually follow online and you're like, I am trying to copy that exact style. I want to look exactly like that. Or are you more inclined to just gather inspiration and then at a later date, then you go and play? Because that's more me. It's like I gather a bunch of things on Pinterest, whatever. And then when I have my nighttime play dates, I go and explore. I will literally open up on my iPad and then put some music on. And like, I'll just try to recreate different outfits from my Pinterest just in bulk. Just having a great time. Because I find that's better for me. It also refreshes the clothes in my closet. It refreshes them in my mind. So that I mean, I do have moments where I'm like, I have nothing in my closet. And then that usually just means I just need to bring in a new layering piece or something. But I find that a much more efficient way for me to get reacquainted with my clothes, I guess is the right word there. I will say, with hello, how are you doing? I will say having what is it? Like bullet points. I have two options. I'm either all over the place or I'm so zoned in on a topic. I don't have much room for either or. And I don't know that having bullet points is necessarily for me either because this is just, I feel like I'm like zoned in. Happy birthday. I hope you're having a great birthday. And thank you for, spending a little bit of your time for your birthday here with me. Are you doing anything fun? Or even, are you going to wear something fun? I'm pretty excited to, because I know when I get off here, I did my glam today. So I know when I get off here, I have to do the brand deal that I was talking about earlier. So I have to do that, which is a fashion post. But I'm also excited just to I really do just want to play in my closet right now. And since I got the glam on, I'm definitely going to make it a bunch of content. We're definitely going to do that. So I'm very excited to play around in my closet and just feel all of my clothes, touch all of my clothes. What did we have for dinner? A special dinner. What did we have? My special dinner was sushi. Oh, I'm just realizing we're both Virgos. How nice. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. What was I saying? Yeah. I do have these low-rise jeans. One look I have in mind is I have these low-rise jeans and then I have my Jeffrey Campbell heels and I definitely want to pair those. And then I think I'm going to do a t-shirt and do just a very casual look, which doesn't feel like a lot, but it feels fun to me. It feels exciting to me. Eggplant parmesan. That sounds absolutely delicious. Absolutely delicious. Did you make it yourself, and did you go out somewhere to get it? I haven't had eggplant parmesan in a very long time. A very, very long time now that I think about it. It's been years, for sure. But I have a denim look. I want to do some layered stuff, but it's really just going to depend on how hot I get in here. It is, like I mentioned, it is still 90 something degrees. This is why I hate to say it, but I need to live somewhere colder. I don't love being cold, but I might actually prefer being cold over being hot now because I want to be able to wear my clothes and I haven't been able to wear my clothes in a very, very long time. A very long time. Because it's just so hot. Okay? That's the other thing about personal style, right? Your personal style will be practical to your life. Okay? You can have dreams of what you would like to wear, all right? I don't know. I was gonna say sometimes I have dreams of wearing a ball gown, but honestly, I could make it practical for my life. Okay, I could go find a drag show to go to and wear a gown, and it won't be weird for me. Okay, but you can't say your personal style is 7-inch platforms if you can't walk in 7-inch platforms. You don't have anywhere to wear. You could say maybe you aspire for that someday, right? But like that's not it. So my personal style has been lacking a little bit because it's hot. It's too hot for me to do what I like to do. So this is what my personal style I've had to lean back on. That's so sweet when somebody makes you a meal. I love a good home cooked meal. That's very loving. I love that for you. Did you get anything special? I mean, aside from a homemade eggplant parmesan. But like, because it's been so hot here, my style has really just been like dress. Airy, breathable, flowy. So still got the romantic aspect to it, you know. I don't get to play around with layers as much, which is something I love. But I still get to do, like I said, because a lot of romantic pieces are going to be flowy anyway. So a lot of my clothes just tend to have flow, tend to allow good ventilation through them. I just firmly stand by the fact that you can't say that your personal style is hoochie mama if, I don't know, you work in a bank. They don't go together. They don't work together. Okay? That's not how. Maybe you aspire for that, but they don't go together, babes. That's did anybody see the new what is it called? It's not What Not to Wear, but it's the same people. And they rebooted it for Amazon Prime. Thank you. Thank you. Wear whatever the fuck you want. That's what it's called. And I loved that they allowed people to try what they thought their personal style would be, and then they would wear it and then realize, wait a second, this has no place in my life. No place in my life whatsoever. So maybe we just take elements of what I thought my personal style would be, pair it with the practicality of everyday life, and then put it together, and then that's my real personal style. And I love that they did that. Today I'm doing this, and then I will be filming content afterwards. And I love that they did that because it was a very realistic approach to, yeah, okay, you think your personal style is cowgirl, but I don't know. It doesn't fit. It does not fit in the actual practicalities of your life. I hope you have a great day, a great birthday. I can dress as eccentrically as I do because it just fits with the day-to-day of my life. I'm not doing much. I'm hanging out with my dogs, okay? I am here talking to you, okay? Like, I don't have to worry. I don't have to be crawling around on my hands and knees with children. I'm not picking up hammers. And honestly, I would pick up a hammer in the straps. I'm not going to lie. I probably have done some work in this room, in this dress, okay? I helped put together a wedding in this dress. No, you definitely just missed me rambling a little bit because, listen, I tried to make a list. I tried to make a bullet point, but I just layer in on that bullet points too much, and I can't figure out how to find a happy medium. I can't do a happy medium between the rambling too much and then like also having a point. All right. Yeah. I did show off my Pinterest board. And I'm going to change the thumbnail I'm going to start changing my thumbnails as well so that they're more relevant to the lives. It's just I can't do anything about the thumbnail before I go live anyway. So, but yeah, it will be available for you to tune into later for sure. Because I will be asking for your feedback. I will be. I will be messaging you later. Okay. I already have things that I would change, but it's fine. It's fine. Learning process all around. But yeah. What was I trying to say? Oh, actually, did you see the What Not to Wear reboot? The Wear Whatever the F You Want? I keep smelling my perfume. It smells really good. But I'm also like, who? What does that smell? Makes me kind of want a brownie. But yeah, I am. I decided to turn. Oh, I was just talking about. Let me see. I was talking about. Um, okay, well, in reference to Wear Whatever the F You Want, I was talking about with personal style. People love to say a very unpractical style is their style. And one of the things I love about Wear Whatever the F You Want is they give you like, basically they create a wardrobe of what you think your dream style is going to be. And then they allow the person to wear it out. And then the person realizes, wait, maybe my everyday style isn't like 6-inch heels every single day. Or maybe my style is, wait. There I go. All right. Just modded for myself for the first time. Had to kick somebody out. Anyway, but somebody has their dream style, they try it out, and then they realize, wait, it's not practical for me to wear 6-inch heels every single day. So then they make them a whole new wardrobe based on what they thought was going to be their dream style, but like make it more practical for their real life. So that they could wear something, their dream style, but normal. And I was talking about how practical style will never, your actual personal style will never really be unpractical for your everyday life. Because I think that sometimes people confuse like having a dream style and having dreams of what they wish that they could wear versus like, okay, but like where are you going to wear that? Like when you look at something online and you're like, gosh, I really want this gown. And then you buy it and you're like, wait, but like where are you going to wear that gown? So then it ends up sitting in your closet. It's different if you're buying it for an event, but like then it ends up sitting in your closet forever and ever and ever. And you don't ever know how to incorporate it into your clothes because it's not practical for your style. It doesn't make any sense. And so I love that the show did that. I was also bringing up my Pinterest board because I wanted to show examples of outfits that I have saved on here that maybe aren't on its own my style, but obviously I saved it on here because I liked it for a reason. And so then I could adapt it to my style. Like, I'm trying to find a different one from what I've done before. It doesn't happen a lot, but I do save things on here. Like this, okay? I do love the actual silhouette of this, but I would literally never wear a dress this color. I would never do it. But I saved it because it is an inspiration for me silhouette-wise. It just means instead of this exact dress, I just find something in similar silhouette in maybe black. And then this red is too bright for me. So maybe a burgundy or a black instead. And then I like it because of the long leggedness of it. And I do also love a stiletto heel. So maybe I do a black tight with a black high heel. It doesn't have to be a booty, but a black high heel with the stiletto. And that way I'm taking inspiration from something, but I'm not doing an exact copy or feel like I have to run out and buy these pieces so that I'm wasting money for one specific look, but also in a way that feels like me. I was trying to help with maybe like, you can get inspiration anywhere. You don't necessarily have to look for people that are in your niche to find inspiration. It exists everywhere. Everywhere. You just have to know how to look at things and ask yourself, why do I like it? What parts of it resonate with me? What parts of it don't resonate with me? How can I make the parts that don't resonate with me resonate with me? I love this weird bag. I don't know if I would carry it this big, but I do think I would like it as a small little like staple piece. Small bag. But I do find this bag very, very fun. But it's little things like that. But also by looking at my Pinterest board, I'm able to learn something about my own sense of style and go, oh, I must really love velvet because I see a lot of velvet here. I see a lot of, mixing of fabrics and it's like a great way to know, like, okay, this is my style and this isn't my style. How would I describe my style other than using buzzwords or, tags or whatever? Because there are definitely some pieces that maybe seem a little bit more hippie-ish here. There are some pieces that obviously seem a little bit more vintage, more gothic. All sorts of different styles. But I would never say I have a hippie sense of style. That's not... I would say I love flowy pieces, which can sometimes be equated to hippie style. But my style is not hippie. But that's why I brought up Pinterest. It's like a digital magazine, a digital tool. Get back to me. But I think I may go play some dress up now. I might go and try on my own clothes. And I think I'm going to I don't know if I want to make a fall style video for this week on YouTube or what. I don't know just yet, but I think I am going to at least play and take some pictures and photos for the socials of different outfits that I'm going to put together because I just feel like playing in clothes. Like I said, I have my makeup done. I have my hair done. I feel like playing. I also figured out how to get a high pony working with my little half wig, which is great. It's great. But yeah. I guess I'm going to hop off here now, though, for now. And I will talk to you all very, very soon. I don't know if tomorrow or Wednesday. I don't know yet, but soon. Soon. And until next time.